Stop. Don't outsource a single thing. And I mean it, until you've done this. Outsourcing, as you know, can be a game changer for your business. But if you dive in unprepared, you are not solving problems. You're creating bigger ones for yourself and your colleagues. But before we dive in, a quick shout out to our today's sponsor, Think in Circles Recruitment Marketing. They specialize in helping businesses like yours amplify your brand and outreach through impactful marketing and employer branding strategies. Their support powers the Recruitment Curry Podcast. So, if you're ready to take your business to the next level, check them out at thinkincircles.com. For those of you tuning in for the first time, I'm Ketan Gajjar, your host of the Recruitment Curry Podcast. Over the past 20 years, I've built and scaled teams from scratch. Front office teams that drive growth, middle office processes that boost efficiencies, and back office operations that elevate profitability. I've been in the trenches, helping businesses like yours scale by reducing costs, driving efficiencies, and improving operating profits. And on this podcast, I'm here to share practical, no-nonsense insights to help you do the same. Let's start with a reality check. Outsourcing is not a magic wand. It's not about dumping your problems on someone else and expecting miracles. And here's the golden rule. Never outsource your problems unless you're ready to fix them first. If your processes are chaotic, they are broken, or your team is already overwhelmed, outsourcing won't save the day. It will just multiply the mess. Outsourcing is about scaling solutions. It's not about patching up chaos. If you're outsourcing to cut corners or avoid responsibility, you want to stop right now. You're setting yourself up for a massive failure. All right. So how do you do outsourcing the right way? The first step is to scope the role and define success. This is where most people go wrong. They outsource without clarity. And then they're shocked when the results don't meet their expectations. So here's what you need to do. Define the role or the tasks you want to outsource. Be specific. Are you outsourcing recruitment, admin support, document processing, graphic designing, marketing, etc., etc.? Nail down exactly what you need. List the deliverables. What outcomes are you expecting? Is it a certain number of candidates, certain number of graphics, certain number of listings updated, certain number of documents processed, payroll, new client leads sourced, etc., etc.? Write it all down in detail. Define success. What does a job well done look like? Set clear KPIs, timelines, and quality standards. If you don't know this, your partner won't either, because it is your business. I'd love to hear your take on this. How do you approach defining success in outsourcing? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious to know about what's really worked for you. Next, let's talk about preparation. Because outsourcing isn't a set it and forget it solution. It takes a lot of effort to make it work. You want to ask yourself, do you have someone ready to lead this project? You need a point person to oversee communication, track progress, and address any issues. Do you have the right tools in place? Will your partner need access to software, systems, or workflows? You want to make sure everything's ready before you outsource. And most importantly, do you have enough time to dedicate for this initiative? Building a partnership takes upfront effort, training, regular check-ins, and feedback loops. If you're stretched too thin to invest in this, it might not be the right time to outsource. And here's the hard truth. Outsourcing is a partnership. It's not a dumping ground for all your problems. If you think you can just hand over the reins and walk away, you're setting yourself up and your outsource partner for a massive failure. When you outsource, treat your outsource partner as an extension of your team. You want to invest in onboarding and collaboration. Don't skip the effort of setting them up for success. Remember, delegation isn't abdication. You are still responsible for the outcomes. So, stay engaged. Now, Let's bring it all together with your final outsourcing checklist. Before you outsource, make sure you've done the following. Scope the requirement and define the role. Be crystal clear about what you need and why. Solve internal problems first. Don't outsource chaos or broken processes because you'll only get more in return. And believe me when I tell you this. Prepare your resources. Assign a project leader. Ensure the tools are ready and allocate time to onboard and manage. Set expectations. Communicate your goals, KPIs, and timelines upfront. And finally, choose the right partner. Look for expertise, alignment with your industry, and a proven track record. Which of these steps do you think is the most challenging? Drop a comment. I'd love to know what resonates or where you faced hurdles. Outsourcing can be a powerful tool, but only if you do it right. Take the time to scope, plan, and align before you make the leap. Remember, the best partnerships are built on preparation and clarity. Before I go, another thank you to our sponsor, Think in Circles, Recruitment Marketing. Until next time, keep scaling, keep thriving, and carry on. Cheers.